Welcome back. Are you ready for some math today? I know. Don't worry. It's not new math, but it is math. I don't like math either. But listen to what we're always doing. We're always adding more things onto our list of things. And I am equally guilty of it. And human beings, don't we love a list? Here are 10 tiny habits to add into here's some more routines. Here are some more rituals. Today, we're going to talk about subtracting. What are we going to get rid of? What are all the things we can subtract from our lives? Because once we get into this subtraction aspect of changing, it's actually going to free up room. It's going to give you more freedom to do the things that are going to move the needle, help you move forward. Oh, all these cliches. Can't believe they're falling out of my mouth. But there it is, right? So here we go. What is it that makes this so important? Because I'm also, if you watch my channel, I'm also saying, hey, you should consider doing this. Oh, you know what else you could try? The reason I'm doing that, this channel is all about starting over. And the thing I struggle with the most after 2 years is trying to remember what I'm doing, trying to remember why I'm doing it, trying to remember to stay awake. Listen, you know how easy it is to fall back into unconsciousness, go right back to our old selves. And that's because it's our old programming. I mean, if you've been programming and been programmed for decades, it's way easier to fall back into the old programming than it is to stay on track with what you're trying to change. And all we're trying to do is mostly when we're talking in here, it's about mindset. So if we're talking about subtracting things, oh, those are things. They're not necessarily mindset at all. And this will be part one of probably two parts because it could get kind of lengthy. What can you guess would be the first thing we're going to start subtracting from our lives? And if you guess people, you are right. And what kind of people? I think we already know the answer to that, right? The people who are the naysayers, the people who are complainers, the people who always find something wrong, the people with the negative energy, the pessimists, the people that you know that are not good for you. Have you heard that saying, you cannot heal in the same environment that hurt you? I really tried to overcome that because I think, listen, isn't it this work that we're doing? If you listen to any of the gurus, it's about overcoming and not being controlled by your environment. And your environment is made up a lot of people. And I'm in a situation currently where the environment which contains this person, I was starting to struggle because I thought I can't overcome it. Do I leave this environment? Do I walk out on this environment and say goodbye because I'm struggling to overcome this person? Can I change my perspective? There's a lot of different things that we can do when we're working with people. But the sad and sorry and ultimate truth is there are people in your life that you need to cut ties with. And you already know the people who don't make you feel good. You already know the people that hurt you. And you can feel the energy. You know when it's being sucked out of you. And sometimes it's family members, which that makes it pretty difficult. And it sounds lonely, and it can be lonely in the first part of the journey because it feels like you're doing a lot of subtraction and there's nothing left. I mean, you can get right down to zero, right? And then it's, how do I start adding back? And I promise you that your people that are going to make you feel good, they're out there. But you might have a little bit of a time. And in other cases, you're going to look at some of the people that you know aren't good for you, and you're going to make some considerations on how is it that I can maybe have this person in my life in this specific way? A friend told me, we were talking about people that are always complaining, for example, and then you get kind of caught up in that. And she said, you know what? That's what we do at work. We meet up in the staff room and we bitch and moan and complain. And if we might be complaining about a coworker or the pay structure, or who's getting what or not getting what. And she said, I just thought we were bonding. Well, maybe you are bonding, but you're not bonding over anything that's positive or delightful, right? So I want you to think about, who are the people in my life that maybe I could do without, or maybe I should consider seeing a lot less of, or perhaps there's a way I can set up some boundaries, especially around family members, that if I do see them, I'm going to set it up in a way that serves me, that protects me, that makes me feel good. Because ultimately, this is all about how you feel. And you know the ones that don't make you feel good. So we could do a whole episode just on people in our lives, but we'll leave it at that, because people that you need to get rid of kind of leads us, it's a nice little segue into social media threads. And don't panic. Listen, when you think about your social media, whatever you're engaging with on your socials is what you get more of. It's that beautiful algorithm. So if you're not sure what kind of feedback you're getting, is just have a look. What does your algorithm keep presenting you with? What keeps coming forward? And sometimes I believe that I'm joining a group because, say, it's my local community or a neighborhood, or it's something that's supposed to inform us of all the neat things that are happening. But then, do you ever get caught up in the comments? Because there's always some keyboard warriors. And some of these groups that started out and they had the best of intentions, they can become pretty toxic, right? So if I go on to any of my social media threads right now, and I don't want to sound like it's all rainbows and unicorns and sunshine, but it kind of is, because I want to watch things that are amusing and are entertaining and make me feel good. And that's something that you can cultivate. You can go in and start weeding out the accounts that you don't want there. And it could be like, who are the friends? Have you ever weeded out your friends on social media? It's a good idea to have a look. I had some people on my social media threads, and they were so negative. And it's just like this ongoing, it's like the big wet blanket dropping down and the wham, wham, wham. And it's, the world is so awful. And the ones that are always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Those are not things that I want in my day-to-day experience. And I don't want to have to even respond to it. And then I learned, I can hide this account or put it to sleep for 30 days. And then I'm like, or after 30 days, then when they come back up, I'm like, I forgot how much I hated that. And then you just get rid of them. And you can delete friends. They don't even know you've done it. And then you can clean up your own social media. And if let's say, if you're on YouTube, but you know what, we should actually talk about television and streaming services, because this kind of lumps into that same idea. When you look at television or your streaming services, do you know, for instance, say I'm on YouTube, because I'm obviously and clearly a YouTube fan, I can find the most amazing comedians. Comedians kind of got me through COVID, and I've been addicted to stand up ever since. But some comedians are not very nice or uplifting. They're mean spirited. They get a laugh by putting other people down, and I don't want those kind of comedians. So I find the comedians there's a channel, for example, it's called Dry Bar Comedy, and there's no lowbrow allowed, no talking about being so drunk or hungover or so high and this is what I did to other people. So it's kind of clean comedy, but they have to work a lot harder to fill that hour and really seriously entertain you. And it's the same thing with like there's a channel on YouTube, National Geographic. I just watched this show called Billy and the Otter. What an absolute delight. There are so many beautiful things that you can be putting into your mind instead of just sort of like clicking on the next thing that comes up. Whatever that algorithm is feeding you, take a second and really explore it. What is it giving you? Because I want more of Billy and the Otter. I want more of the transformational, those exciting videos where people have completely changed their life and it's the human spirit and it's so fantastic. You can curate everything that's in your external environment to feed you in whatever way you want. Same with the radio, right? Do you get in your car and listen to the radio on the way to work or in your earbuds as you're traveling? Because you could be putting on some podcast. Audible is amazing. You can find out whatever kind of books if you want to be supporting yourself in your journey, whatever your journey is, whatever step you're on right now. You can be brainwashing yourself through whatever podcasts or radio or your streaming services are and feed yourself. Nourish your own soul. So these are the things that you can get rid of. You can subtract all the crap that's in your life right now that's kind of on autopilot. And you can start nourishing, and you're subtracting it, but maybe you're replacing it. Replace those channels with channels that serve you. And see, now this is how these videos get so long. So I'm gonna save the rest for part 2. If there's something else you think you should be subtracting from your life, leave it in the comment. I'd love to hear more about it. I hope this gives you a little flavor of what's more to come, and also something to think about, right? Think about the people, think about the things, think about what is streaming into your life, what's going into your own mind. And let's be more deliberate. Let's be more deliberate about what we're letting in. And I will see you soon in the next video. And don't forget, because we haven't said it lately, your life is a dream come true. My life is a dream come true. So let's remember that. Hang on to it. Leave me a comment. See you in the next one.